Is that a thing? Has she made tequila cupcakes before?
I don't know. I think she's done. I think she has done something with tequila.
You can make
like drink it.
Yes.
On this special live episode, we drink barrel-aged Guinness and Lucky Linny from Old Irving Brewing. This is the Malting Hour St. Patrick's Day Special.
What's the hats on the hops? Got yeast and bees. This the Malting Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Malting Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
We're gonna get sued. Welcome everybody. Well done, Brandon. That caught me off guard completely. I do want to point out though that as I'm watching it on our actual, let me turn that down. On my phone, my face is in the video the entire time, so I'm up in the corner with my reaction. So cool, great. Welcome everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We're doing it live. We're going live. It's our Guinness barrel-aged Guinness tasting and another local Irish ale beer tasting. I'm Tony Golick, the Malting Hour, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
And even though there was some
Tridge.
Jeez, man, I always give like
So nervous, and we're live. It's different. I'm not used to people seeing me
in the flesh. Oh yeah, there's Clark. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Here, ready to do this. I've been looking forward to this all week. Last 2 days, and I'm glad we're doing this. This will be fun. I'm really excited about the two beers that we're drinking. And for those of you who don't know, which I'm pretty sure you do know if you're watching this, we normally talk about different beers, different beer styles, home brews. We talk to breweries, we've talked to local businesses, and it all kind of comes back to beer. So it's fitting that we're going to start this presentation, as I'm going to call it, our presentation with a local beer. And Clark, as you're trying to hold in that yawn for my intro, why don't you tell everybody what we're drinking since you provided it?
We are drinking Lucky Linny from Old Irving, an Irish red ale, 6%.
Surprise. That's the local beer.
Yeah, very, very surprising.
Yeah,
I know, it was very subtle in your picture the other day.
And I announced it last night on our test post.
Yeah, well, people had to really search around for it.
Mm-hmm. Gotta dig deep.
Mm-hmm. So this is a little note. This is brewed with all Centennial.
Centennial being the hop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's the hop.
I'm just making sure everybody knows, man. Oh, look at you got a festive drink cup too. What do you guys think of this? I can't remember last time I had an Irish red ale. Did we do an Irish red ale together, Brandon, when we did our first St. Patrick's Day show?
I think we did. Did we is Killian's?
Yeah,
red.
That's a red. Did we do that one? Yeah, I think we did.
I think we did.
I don't know. We had to record that show
a couple times. Again, like we said, we've done that episode twice. This one's only happening once because it's live.
So far, so good. It kind of very malty. I like that. There's almost like a chocolatiness to it. The Centennial hops are nice. I don't know if I would have known what hop was in there characteristic wise until you mentioned something, Clark. So thanks, man.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm not actually getting the maltiness as much, at least, as I thought I would, as I usually do from an Irish red. But
yeah,
and that's not a bad thing.
What I was going to say, I don't know if it's like just me not remembering, but I feel like Irish red have typically been a little, like my experience, a little drier.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm
this one is it's, I don't want to say juicy because it's not, but it's borderline like that, it's got a kind of little bit of juiciness to it. There's no, like, I'm used to like that kind of dry finish on the back of your tongue, like when you do that traditional style. But again, that made me just, one that I've had or one that I've liked in the past that had that. But this is by no means a knock at the beer. The beer is delicious.
I'm in the opposite boat of both of you guys. This kind of hits all those marks. I get like super. It almost is, to me, is like teetering on what I get out of a brown ale. I don't get a sweetness or juiciness. I get like a nice maltiness, like I said, like caramel chocolate type taste to it, and it's more of there's a brightness to it from the hops, the Centennial hops. That's like, I guess there's a bit of citrusness from it, but there's also a little hint of like maybe some earthy pininess to it. But yeah, I don't get juicy or sweet. Wow, look at our first live broadcast. It's the first time we're not all agreeing on.
No, and I'm not saying that I am in no way saying I don't get maltiness, because I totally get maltiness.
No, I'm going with what Clark said. Clark said he didn't really get a bunch of maltiness like he normally would.
And but again, like what I'm saying as far as like the juice, it's not as dry as I think I would remember like an Irish red being, or at least what I expected. So, so it's not juicy. I guess that's like the closest way I can describe it.
Sure.
But it's not overly dry to me. So.
No, it's a nice change of pace on an Irish red. The sort of older brings obviously their own take on it, which I appreciate. Tastes like one of their beers, so that's a good thing.
Sure, I'd be interested to see know what yeast strain they used for it. If it's their house yeast strain, or if they maybe did like an Irish ale yeast for it.
Yeah, that I can't find the information on. So march right over there and ask them, please.
I'll be right back.
We'll wait.
Tony can go. He's further.
Yeah.
He's the furthest from it, so let's make him go.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the No Tony Hour.
Yeah, he's just going to gather the information on all the yeast. He'll be back in no time. But in the meantime,
gather the actual yeast.
Yeah, well,
okay.
So what'd you get? What'd you find out?
They wouldn't let me in. I didn't have a face mask.
Oh.
So I forgot to grab it because I ran out of here so fast. So,
well, that was a waste of time.
Sorry. What'd you guys talk about while I was gone?
You'll have to find out when you re-watch the stream.
That's right.
When I edit the audio later.
Yeah. I do like so it's kind of funny, like the color on it. I don't have my lights on too bright. I do like it's got that nice red hue to it. It's like for a second when I first poured it, I'm like, this looks like a brown ale, because it was kind of dark.
Oh wow!
Holding it up to the light, it's got a pretty very subtle red hue.
I'm getting more of a greenish hue.
It's because your cup.
You know,
that's your cup.
That's because
it's all relative. Everyone has their own kind of way of viewing things, so
just having a kegger at his house.
Yeah, did anybody?
I used to
taking it back.
Did anybody have a beer before we did this, or anything to drink beforehand?
I did not.
Right here.
I had one. What did you have? What did you have, Clark?
This one?
No.
I had my Guinness. I had one Guinness, so I had a Guinness.
Nice.
A regular Guinness.
Nice.
Regular old Guinness in a shamrock plastic cup.
Excellent. I went to my dad's for corned beef and cabbage, of course, being the strong Irish family that we are from Poland. And we had that, and my dad's like, I grabbed you a beer. I was going to get you a Guinness, but I got you an IPA instead. And I was like, oh, that's fine. Got me what you got. So I get there.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. What? Hops are green. It works. I got my green lights on behind me. I was ready to go. So I get there, and he gives it to me, and it is Imperial Voodoo Ranger, a nice tall boy of it. So I had a 9% beer with my dinner.
Congratulations.
Well, at least you were having dinner when you had that.
Yeah, no, I definitely I was like, Jesus, how much I got this thing to do tonight. And I ended up being fine. It was good. Let it digest, let the food digest, let the beer digest with it. It was good.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't drink. It was funny because I stopped by my dad's, and my sister drinks Jameson like it's water, but she didn't bring Jameson, which is great. And I wasn't planning on drinking anyways, but it was just kind of funny when my dad was like, hey, you want a vodka tonic? Like, happy St. Patrick's Day, right? I declined, but it was kind of funny. It was just random, like, hey, want a vodka tonic? I'm like, no, I'm good.
You put a couple limes in there. We get a little festive.
Yeah, there you go. Get the
green limes. There we go.
Hey, so Cinco de Mayo is also on a Wednesday this year. Are we going to do a Cinco de Mayo show as well?
You tell me.
Yes.
When you send me the checks and the date I'm supposed to appear on the show, show up.
Yeah, Brandon, we got to talk about that because I'm running out of petty cash to pay him with.
Yeah. It'll be like a Milton. You just stop paying him and see if he decides to stop coming to work.
Oh, good idea.
That'll be a true sign of if I'm interested in doing this any further.
Excellent.
Good call. Give it a whirl. See what happens.
Cool. I will see if Becca can make some tequila cupcakes.
Ooh.
Is that a thing? Has she made tequila cupcakes before?
I don't know. I think she's done. I think she has done something with tequila.
You can make
drink it.
Yes.
Yeah, put a little tequila and the little frosting in the middle there with a little lime kind of cupcake. I think we're.
Yeah. So for a point of reference for people that are listening, my wife, I guess it's kind of like an Irish car bomb cupcake. It's
don't want to use that term anymore.
Yeah, I mean, well, so it is Guinness in the cake batter, and there is a Jameson chocolate ganache that goes in the center, and then it is a Bailey's cream cheese frosting.
It's an Irish booze cupcake.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to eating it.
So what I want to know too is like just not the Irish thing, but like, you know, why did they start calling like the drop shots like car bombs? Like
bombs. Yeah. Any kind of bomb. Why is it
like it's a bomb thing, but like
yeah. I guess it explodes, but
I've heard of other there's the reference, not just Irish, but I've heard some other like terms of car bomb for like the drop shots, and I'm like,
I like to call it a shot in a beer, please.
Yeah.
Shot in the beer.
Either way, they are super tasty cupcakes.
I've not had mine yet.
My sisters, we brought some over to my dad, and my sisters were there, and they told her like, you should sell these on Facebook or something like next year, just make a ton of them, make them bigger and sell them. Like
did I
as a cupcake?
I think you guys gave me some last year.
She did not make them last year. I know that, but it may have been the year prior to that.
Oh yeah, last year. I always forget.
Yeah, right.
I forgot all about last year completely. I just tried to, ignore that.
Last year was 2019, right?
Correct.
Pretty much.
We just skipped over, and then it was like we can get there. Let's bring everybody into our Marvel podcast part of the. It's like when Thanos snapped, we were gone for a year. We disappeared.
The blip.
Thank you. The blip. I couldn't remember. I did just watch Far From Home. Did anybody actually, like Brandon, we were talking about this last night or via text, did anybody actually pour a shot, or was it just me who actually poured a shot? Oh, you did?
I'm sipping on this.
My most Irish thing I had.
Oh, wow.
That is hilarious.
Well, I will say that I would personally buy this, go and get this again. Old Irving. How many Old Irving beers have we talked about on the show? Other than Clark, your top beers for the multi?
Yeah, I don't think since I've been on, we've talked a whole lot. I know you guys have talked about it in the past, but
I know we talked about Prost. That's about it. But I think it's about time we bring Old Irving onto this.
For damn sure.
Drink more of their beers, because Clark, I know you're a big fan, and so are you, Brandon. Yep. So am I. Yep. That's the whole cast. I like this. I would like to actually get more of this. I feel like this is something that I could drink, regularly.
Honestly,
it's not super heavy, which is awesome.
Yeah,
and drink it any time of year, really. I mean,
yeah, exactly. You don't have to be celebrating anything. You can drink this on Cinco de Mayo. In fact, why don't we get some for Cinco de Mayo?
You can do that.
Is it too much?
Yeah, why don't you go live with that? Brandon and I will watch.
Hey, it's me, Tone, back again, but here for Cinco de Mayo.
Drinking Lucky Lenny.
Gonna drink Lucky Lenny yet again to see how I feel.
That'll bring in all the viewers. All of them.
We have a ton right now, so that's good.
Yes.
We got that going for us. Thank you everybody for who's tuned in so far. It just feels comfortable. Just everything's just kind of flowing like it's a regular show for us. So we appreciate that. Did you guys do the corned beef and I won't say corned beef hash, but the corned beef potatoes and cabbage tonight?
None of the fixins, but I did have a big huge sandwich, corned beef sandwich.
Was it from
just homemade, bought it at the deli, made it ourselves. We like to put salt and vinegar chips on the sandwich inside. It's quite a nice combo. A lot of mustard. Very delicious. Very delicious.
Welcome to the sandwich hour. That sounds good. Yeah. I thought maybe you went to Kaufman's and got a.
No, I didn't go to Kaufman's, but I did go to Manny's a couple of weeks ago.
Ooh, good call. I miss Kaufman's. That is a place I miss. I need to get back to Kaufman's. Yeah. Kaufman's Deli, shout out. We would like some free sandwiches. Go to Kaufman's. They got the meats. That's Arby.
We got the
beep beep.
Anyway, do you guys want to keep talking about this one, or you have any more thoughts on it, or do you want to move on to the grand show here?
Well, I don't have any more thoughts on this specific one, but Old Irving does seem to have put out a few new beers in the past week or two. 2 IPAs, I believe, that look rather delicious. I know, Brandon, you sent us a shot of one of them last week. So I'm just very interested to try the new ones they have.
Which ones do they have out that's new right now?
One's called Revenant. It's a double dry hopped IPA with it says big doses of Southern Passion and Citra.
Okay.
Southern Passion being a hop, apparently, which I've never heard of. South African hop variety with European roots. It offers tropical fruits like passion fruit, guava, and coconut. Interesting.
No Tai Chi. That's okay.
No Tai Chi. So you're gonna have to go searching for that somewhere. And then another one called Chant. That's another double dry hopped IPA. So
Chant, they've released Chant before, haven't they? I'm not sure about the other one, but Chant sounds familiar.
I don't know if I've seen it, but it very well could be. Just looks new to me. So
I mean, all the Beezers, those are just awesome. Beezer itself is great, double Beezer, and then if you want to get crazy, have yourself a triple Beezer because it's dangerous. That triple Beezer is a fun beer that really snuck up on me. Like I was very taken aback by how easy and smooth that was to drink. I was really expecting something much like a bit more of that alcohol punch to it while I was drinking it, and that never happened. As I think I was like, I'm really cool and I play Tetris on my Xbox. So as I was playing Tetris and drinking that beer, I looked over at the glass and I was like, oh no, I'm almost done with this. And it just, it was good. It was very good.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I had the triple for the first time the other day. I had purchased it and I sent a couple off to my friend in Oregon who had returned me with a bunch of Block 15 beers from out there. But I finally cracked one the other day and it's a tasty, tasty beer. I was expecting it to be good because I don't think I've had a bad beer from Old Irving.
No, I have.
But when I was drinking, I was like, yeah, this is dangerous because it doesn't drink like, it doesn't feel like it's as heavy hitting as it actually is. So,
it'd be a fun springtime, summertime beer, ending the night type of deal, like, one more, let's top it off with this and call it a night and everybody get the hell out of my yard. That type of deal.
Yes.
Rude.
Exactly.
Well, Clark, you haven't been to my yard in a while, so things have changed. After the blip, I became a real jerk.
After the blip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you say so.
Blip. Okay. All right. Well, I say let's do this, guys. Let's crack it. Let's crack into it. Let's get into what we've been eagerly awaiting, which is the barrel-aged Imperial Stout from Guinness. And the one thing about this that I realized when we acquired it was that it's not the bullet bourbon version. The bullet bourbon version actually says it on there, and it is a red, like a red orangish label, like the bullet bourbon. So I tried looking this up. I don't know if you guys tried looking it up as well, but to find out what bourbon they were using for this or what bourbon barrel they used.
Did you find anything? Because I
did not. Yeah, I could not find anything.
I did not either.
All right. Well,
so the one interesting fact that is something to note for those that are interested in seeking this out, if you can find it, is this was not brewed in Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
It was brewed in Baltimore.
Correct. American made, baby.
Yep. Yeah. So, but same group. It's all the same people that own Guinness. So it's the traditional Guinness recipe, brewed here on our mainland, and thrown it into mystery bourbon barrels that we don't know what they are.
Yeah, Brandon,
just generic bourbon.
Yeah, so I actually poured mine right before we started.
Good. I brought my bottle out. I'll go ahead and let's take a sip, guys. Let's see how this is.
So it smells lovely. I'm going to start there. What do you got there?
This is my only thing green I can drink out of. It's Grogu. No, nothing. It's about as good as my Tai Chi joke.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it does smell. It's the smell, and it's really nice. It's like what do you get on this one?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of chocolate, which I'm a little surprised about. I didn't think I'd be getting a ton out of it. I mean, just assuming this is a fairly large scale.
It's like milk chocolate. It's not just like chocolate.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It smells like milk chocolate, like a Hershey's bar.
Yeah, and I feel like when you have a lot of a lot of those beers that you have, you'll get. You're saying milk chocolate, but I feel like it's just that raw cocoa kind of smell that I normally kind of get. Like if you open up a thing of like unsweetened like cocoa, like that deep scent is there. This is a little sweeter. When you said milk chocolate, that kind of nails it. What I don't get is I don't get a lot of bourbon character.
Mm-mm.
No, not in the aroma. I don't.
And not even like I'm not even getting like any type of the barrel. It doesn't seem like a lot of that's coming through. So I don't know. I don't have my bottle here. I don't know if it says on the bottle how long it was aged in these.
I don't believe it does, unless Clark can go ahead and
working on it.
Right on top of that, Rose.
Yeah,
sounded like it. It's close.
Yeah, that is cool.
Miss my soundboard.
Yeah, honestly, it's interesting when the aroma. If you were to smell it like we did before we drank it, I thought I was going to get more out of drinking it than I am.
Mm-hmm.
As Brandon said, I don't know if I'd say that this was barrel aged if I didn't know that it was. I suppose if I go looking for it, I might get some of the barrel, like the oak, the wood flavor, so to speak.
You're saying the flavor? You're saying the flavor, not the aroma?
Yeah, the flavor. I'm saying it when I first took a smell, I'm going, oh, wow, this is very full, very thick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the beer itself isn't as thick, and I'm not that surprised about it coming from Guinness. But it's interesting. I mean, a couple of the sips taste, some I'm like, oh, there's not much there. Then I take another sip a minute later, and it's more interesting. So I'm not sure if I'm just messed up.
I mean, you did have that one Guinness earlier, so
yeah, that could be it.
Brandon, sorry, go ahead.
Now, what I would like to try is this on nitro. That would be interesting if they could put it in their special cans with the
widget.
The widget,
mm-hmm.
as they say.
Brandon, what do you get when you taste this?
Sadness. Let's hear. So I am getting a little bit of that chocolate. What's interesting is if somebody, again, kind of what Clark said, I wouldn't have been able to say, yeah, this was barrel aged unless I knew. But what's interesting about this is it almost kind of tastes like somebody tried to homebrew a Guinness and like amp it up a little bit,
I can see that.
To make it have a little bit more of a punch to it, and like, because it kind of tastes a little bit like Guinness. The only thing that's really the most familiar thing is the mouthfeel, because it is thin like a Guinness typically is, which I enjoy. And that's why Guinness is so easy to drink. It's because it's so thin. It's not a thick stout. But again, I also I think this is 10%.
Yes,
I wouldn't guess that either.
Not at all.
And there's I'm not tasting any of the oakiness. I'm getting a little hint of bourbon, but not enough to where I'm again, like I said, this was aged for some significant amount of time in a bourbon barrel,
Yeah, some things I'm reading, a lot of people assume it's Bullet because it's part of the family that they usually go with as far as the business side of things. And for whatever reason, they're not releasing that this year, but guesses are that it is Bullet again.
So I'm truth be told, I already had this one. So I had the bottle when, we got this, and this is my second time having it. And the first time I had it, I was really impressed, super impressed. I didn't get that milk chocolate smell, but I was really impressed. I talk to myself sometimes when I try beer, which, sometimes you gotta tell you. Yeah, sometimes you gotta tell yourself, like, ooh.
What voice do you do it in?
Ooh, that's good. That's tasty, Tony.
Ooh, Tony, take another sip.
Take a sip. It's delicious. No, I was like, that tastes like barrel-aged Guinness to me. And I continue to feel that way about it as I drank it the first time. And tonight, I know this isn't a thing of where one's wrong and one's right, but I disagree with you guys. I really get a lot of I get Guinness, I get bourbon, and I get like milk chocolate from this. If someone were to give this to me without telling me, I would 100% be able to say that is a barrel-aged beer without a question, without a doubt. As far as the aroma goes, it just smells like milk chocolate to me. I don't get anything else on it. It literally smells like, a melted chocolate bar, but
which isn't a bad thing.
No, I love it. I've never had a beer like that. I really like that about it. But I get like bourbon aged stout up front with the aftertaste of like some chocolate, and then Guinness almost has this. To me, there's like almost a fruitiness to Guinness. It's very mild. I don't want not a tartness, but a fruitiness that is like in the middle of like to the front of your tongue that I always find after having, Guinness, maybe after the first couple of sips or whatever. And I get that. And that's what reminds me of Guinness. And that also, I think, comes from the thin body of Guinness. So the body is thin, but I 100% get a barrel-aged Guinness on this. Like, tastes like Guinness, tastes like a barrel, and sprinkle in a little bit of milk chocolate. That's what we got here, baby. I think this is really, really good.
Yeah, I don't disagree that it's good. Like I enjoy it. I would definitely drink it because I know, like, because it's so, nothing to compare to like, the red ale we just had, but it's very easy drinking. And it's light. But again,
even as I'm pouring it, by the way, it is like a very light brown, almost like amber.
Yeah, but again, like dangerous at that 10% mark. If you didn't, because again, it doesn't taste like that to me.
No, it doesn't. And I like that milk chocolate aroma from this beer is probably my favorite part about it, because like I said, we've talked about dark chocolate and the cocoa, and you get those types of smells from other beers, but this in particular is very unique. You don't get a beer that smells like milk chocolate. You can get those like pastry stouts and everything. It's like, we've got cocoa nibs and this chocolate and this and that. And it always kind of smells like that dark chocolate cocoa powder. This it smells like milk chocolate. That's awesome. I think that's really cool. But I'm kind of bummed that this is it, because this actually came out, I believe, in November, December time. Because they also did a gingerbread version of this as well.
Next year's Christmas episode.
Oh yeah, baby. If they continue to release these and do different things, or even if this just became their regular like barrel-aged stout, I would love to throw this in the rotation of all the other barrel-aged beers that we get, because we don't have enough barrel-aged beers to drink between the three of us.
Yeah, no, based on what I was anticipating, I think I like it a little bit more than what I thought it would be. I mean, I enjoy it.
Maybe that's why I like it so much, because I wasn't expecting a lot from it, and I think I got a lot more.
Right. I mean, I was expecting it to taste and sort of feel like a New Holland, the
Dragon's Milk.
Right. Thank you. Yes, which are obviously lighter, so it's sort of similar in that sense. What's that?
I said going back for a red sip.
Oh. Little cuvee. Not so much.
Pour it on to Grogu's head.
There we go. No, I enjoy it. I'm pleasantly surprised.
I wish we would have got our hands on the gingerbread one, because that would have been that. If it's this and then sprinkling. I can't imagine they would go heavy on the gingerbread, but just enough to probably make it pop. I bet it was really good.
I mean, it sounds amazing. So I can't see why that would ever be a bad thing.
The malting hour just asked me a question.
Oh, what do they have to? What are they wondering?
Have I had the barrel aged? Yes. Voting failed because I'm the malting hour.
Yeah, you're probably also the only person watching this stream.
That's me. There's so many people watching right now. So many people watching this.
Hello, all of you out there.
Yes, thank you everybody for tuning in.
Just looking through the gingerbread check-ins on Untapped.
I'm vaping.
Everyone seems to enjoy it. It definitely looks very light, even a lot lighter than this, which is interesting. Wow, it seems almost the same color as the Lucky Linny at some of the pictures I see. So,
what are they saying? What are they saying about like taste wise? Or are you just looking at pictures, not looking at like
both? It says one says not terrible, getting a little bourbon and spice, way too thin for me, which you can tell by the pictures. But it's also it with Guinness cheesecake, so we'll add that too.
Brandon, get back on the Guinness cheesecake.
Oh yeah, add that to the cupcakes, the tequila cupcakes.
Tequila and Guinness cup.
This Cinco de Mayo episode is going to be great.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. Maybe we'll get to a point where we can do something like this in person again, and we can do tacos and. We got to do beer for tacos on that episode.
I have a feeling that by the time Cinco de Mayo rolls around, we might be able to all be together for that.
That'd be lovely.
We'll plan on that, or at least you two.
Once I get the check, I'll be in. Should I not tell everyone that you
stop sending check?
Reminder: May 4th. Do not send check. I would say that overall, both beers in their own right are different from what most people would drink probably on St. Patrick's Day. Old Irving, with their Lucky Linny Irish Red Ale, is not as. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Here it goes.
I was just going to take a shot. I would say that is. As you guys described, a little off of what most red ales are like, what most people are used to. So I like
that. Fantastic, by the way.
What's that?
That's really freaking good, by the way.
What did you just pour in there?
A little bit of Jameson.
Oh, I thought maybe you were going well.
Oh, I thought it was the Linny.
No, that was the rest of the whiskey.
Jameson. I can see.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe Guinness and Jameson should team up. Ooh, there it is. You heard it here first in the malting hour. But as far as Old Irving's approach to an Irish Red, it's a little different, but with some familiarity to it. So I think they have a really nice approach to it. And again, the Imperial Stout bourbon barrel aged Guinness is a far cry from what people are used to when it comes to Guinness on St. Patrick's Day. And I think we can all say that the two beers would come recommended if you guys come across it to try it.
Most definitely.
To try them, I should say. Sorry.
Confirmed.
Yes.
This is how I wanted to spend a Wednesday night, just sipping some good beers with my friends after having some corned beef, cabbage, some potatoes, some carrots.
Yeah. What other plans do you have for today's St. Patrick's Day?
Oh man, I once I sign off from here, I'm going to go ahead and go upstairs and eat one of the cupcakes that I got from Brandon and Becca. Then I think I'm going to come back down here and play some Tetris before I go to bed. And maybe I'll get to the level where it's all green, where it's all like green pieces or whatever.
Wow.
Brandon just poured something else.
There is just a little more Jameson. There is also some cookies in the bag as well.
Oh, I know. Laura had one of those already. So.
As did the children.
Here you go.
Big hits. Brandon was the person that dropped off groceries, according to my son. He's like, Daddy, there was a person dropping off groceries. And I'm going through, I'm like, well, I don't think Amazon's here. I don't think anyone else. So I'm like, who the heck is this?
I think it was in a Mariano's
exactly.
bag that I walked up with.
Which son said that?
Matthew.
So he was like, Daddy, the man dropped off groceries. That's how he said it?
Well, he rang the bell, so I'd come out of my room.
Father!
Father, come downstairs. There was a person, not a man or a woman. There was a person
good.
by the door. He dropped off groceries. And I said, oh, wonderful. It's our daily grocery delivery service.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you. Our service boy has arrived.
Yes, I look forward to what you bring tomorrow.
Next time I drop something out, like I was wearing the shirt too. It's like I should just stand in the window and just hold it for a little bit. Next time if there's people in there, just stare, and then place it, and then walk
Not
away.
creepy at all. Not creepy at all.
Like, look,
it'd be cool.
Business related.
Yeah.
Business related.
That's kind of what Tony does. So
Yeah. Are these
we're all
tax
used to it.
That's a tax write-off. You made a business delivery
Yes.
For the business. The business being our show. So
That is right.
Your miles and gas on that. I'm gonna do this right now. Since you've poured yours, I'm gonna do it. And cheers, you guys. I'm not saying goodbye. I'm just cheersing. So cheers. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Cheers.
For my Canada shot glass. Here we go.
That was a good sip. That was a good one.
That tastes like Jameson. It was good. I got a bottle left now. For a long time, I've had like 2 bottles of Jameson in my house since we moved in here. It started to slowly dwindle, and then my father was like, "Here, son, here's a bottle of Jameson." Damn it, Dad! Don't need
Tony,
this.
I have a very important question. They're totally separate from anything we're discussing. It does relate to the podcast because it's the landscape picture on the Facebook page. I believe of your fridge.
Yes,
your fridge filled with beer. Yeah. To the far right, as you're looking at the picture, there's a silver can with some like Sharpie written on it. It looks like it says Bun Chicken. And I'm wondering, did you make a beer you didn't tell us about with chickens? And
No, that's that actually we drank that. It's chicken buns. It was I got Popeye's chicken sandwiches, took the buns, threw it into the mash, and I said, "Take that! I'm a part of the chicken sandwich wars now."
So after you did the cinnamon roll stout with Brandon, you thought, "I'm gonna veer off."
No, this is way before. This is way.
Oh, so you actually thought of it first to throw buns in.
Buns, yes. No, that is. We actually drank that beer on and after the final pour when we did the Crushed by Giants episode. That is the very last beer I ever got from Fishman's, from their crawler machine. It was a Belgian beer of a Belgian sour, I believe. No, a barrel aged quad
called Bun Chicken. I'm sure.
Called Bun Chicken. I'm not going to call out who wrote that on there. Brandon, I will let you know because you know who they are, who wrote it with his awesome handwriting on it. It was very quick. It was the end of the night. End of the night, he was writing on there. Not one of the owners. Actually, that picture needs to be updated. That was a picture taken. I'm looking at it now. That picture was taken shortly after my birthday in 2020, the year of the blip. Ooh, that's why everybody brought over a whole bunch of beer for my birthday, and then that's when the corona started. Have I had barrel-aged Guinness before? Yes.
Started at Tony's birthday party.
It did. It was the mass spreading event.
Way to go, Tony.
Not true at all. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, that was a picture of my refrigerator, I think the day after. Like I looked in my fridge and I was like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of beer here. So the beginning of the pandemic, even though I had to go to work, I was well prepared and stocked and ready to go. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought I was stocked, those first few days, and then 4 days later, everything's gone.
And now you're faced with needing to empty your cellar, aka beer fridge.
That's correct. The Fist City, as I told you yesterday, has gone a little too quickly. It's a little too easy to just keep pouring those.
Wait, did you finish that already?
I might have 2 to 3 glasses left, but I bought that just about 3 weeks ago. So
that's 5 gallons in 3 weeks. That's not bad.
That's roughly the timeline that I had on like the freedom of speech when I bought that. Like,
so you're saying I shouldn't feel as badly as I do?
No. I mean, well, that was also at the beginning of the pandemic where we thought drinking every night was acceptable. And my wife was into drinking every night, and we literally were just like having that freely every night. And then
drinking every night during the pandemic or post-pandemic is not okay.
No, I mean it's okay. You just got to do it in moderation. Versus like, hey, you got a keg, just drink at it freely.
When I brew 5 gallons of beer, I give you
the juice.
I give you guys some pours from it, and then that's keg is done in 2 days.
Which is funny because like, so kind of similar to my.
That's not true. That's not true. Oh, the triple that I can see, which is crazy because you did give out a lot, but also I can see drinking that.
I didn't even, but I haven't drank a lot of it. I've probably given myself like, but because I haven't been drinking,
I allowed myself to have, yeah.
Well, like because I don't drink as much as I was like last year. I'm like being more calorie conscious and all that stupid stuff. But anyway, I think I've had like 5 pours from there. But I've given a lot of it away, so, and it's like almost gone. And our stout is like nearing the end.
Yeah, we need to come back around and brew that again.
Yeah,
mainly because not because I want to have it on tap, so to speak, but I just want it available when we want to have it.
Yeah, I agree.
And we have a whole bunch of other ideas that we want to do with that as far as variants of it. So when Clark, you brought up Dragon's Milk, and I had the peanut butter Dragon's Milk recently.
Oh yeah,
the reserve. I think it's the first one they released this year. They do about 4 a year from New Holland. That peanut butter one and cocoa nibs is really, really good. The peanut butter is probably the perfect amount of peanut butter you want in a beer like that. Dragon's Milk to me is a really nice barrel aged beer because it's not thick, like you said. It's kind of a thin beer. It's a beer that you can sit there and drink. It is higher in alcohol. I don't know. Can you guys find out real quick what the alcohol and the ABV is on Dragon's Milk?
10%.
10%. So it's an easy drinking beer at 10%. Not that you're going to sit there and be like, I'm going to knock back 4 Dragon's Milk, but it's like, I think the price point is like $14 for the 4-pack. So if you really wanted to have, something, a good stout, a good light stout that did have that barrel characteristic to it, Dragon Milk is perfect. Plus the reserves that they do, where they add a whole bunch of different stuff to it that there's only one I didn't like, and it's my own fault. I don't like rum. I don't really care for rum. So the rum barrel aged one, I didn't actually like, but all the other ones have been good. I know they've done a mint one. This peanut butter one's really good. I did not try the chai one they did, which I think is still sitting around on shelves in random places, but the peanut butter one was fantastic. It's really good. It's like the perfect amount of peanut butter, and it made me want to try to do our Into the Void stout, maybe like a peanut butter version where it's not like heavy peanut butter, but just a little bit. And I think it would actually be really nice and work out really well.
I'd be up to drink that.
Period. Anyway, so you know what? So I'm down with the peanut butter idea. But like one that I've always wanted to do too is like Nutella.
Hazelnut and chocolate.
Hazelnut, yeah.
I think that's obtainable. And you and I, we messaged each other last night. I said we need to it'd be nice to do a banana. French press with a very ripe banana. Like the Bourbon County type press idea. I think banana would work really well with that, even especially with the fact that we have the cinnamon in there already.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, because I mean that's good stuff, because I think even too, like we do this again, like the base stuff that we've done, like the cinnamon, and like I think that probably always should be there. Maybe not as prevalent. Like maybe we don't have to throw the cinnamon stick in there. I
like that as being maybe that's just Into the Void. You know what I mean? Like that that's what I mean. That should just be the name of it, not like the roll on or anything. Just that's Into the Void is just a cinnamon imperial sweet stout.
Yep, agreed.
By the way, this is what it's like when we're sitting in our office in our large tower. We've got the dry erase board. We're just throwing ideas at each other. This is just kind of what this is.
Yep,
what
the corner of State and Dearborn.
Let's be spend the same way.
Yeah, that's
exactly the corner. I'm just telling everyone where they can find us. No.
So the last check. Have you cashed your last check yet that we gave you?
Okay. No. All right. It's the Clarking Hour. This is great. Meet everyone at State and Dearborn tomorrow. I'll be giving out checks. All the checks that these guys. Oh, Brandon's back. It's great news.
Still here.
Yep.
We're still.
Uh-oh.
Perfect. All right. Anyways, Brandon. So now it's time to do after the final pour.
Hey, wait.
Oh,
hey guys.
Oh, Clark is
still here. Oh,
so when you turn off his camera, he's still available. Oh, good. You.
Not if you need it.
Oh God. All right, bring him back. Bring him back. We got to wrap this thing up.
He left. Okay, I'm going home.
Hi, Clark. You can talk again.
no.
I know.
Well, you guys, this has been a fun St. Patrick's Day. I had a lot of fun doing this. I'm glad we did this. And it was our first time doing something live. And maybe we'll do some more things like this. Maybe we'll do some after the final pours, or if we can get some interviews lined up for this, we've got an opportunity to do so. But
it's nice that we know now that it works. And like we tested it yesterday, but we've got this, so we could definitely do some planning in advance if we want to do something live. So
if everybody noticed, we do have the Malting Hour logo behind each and every one of us. So we did think this through. We are in our own studios. Anyways,
official.
I can't move mine.
I can take mine down. That's a towel. That is actually a dish towel that I have that I could use to wipe up stuff, but I would never do that. It's a bar towel that
never.
Just there.
Towel that would never serve its purpose.
I've got another one that Myke gave me that has like a whole bunch of information on it for like brewing and stuff, and I'm like, this is really nice. I don't want to clean up with this. Maybe like wipe up water, but I don't ever want to use to clean up spills or anything. Anyway, I'm looking at the broadcast and it's a delay where Clark is no longer there. That's great. I love that. All right. Thank you everybody who watched this and everybody listening, because surprise, this is the Monday episode. So if you've been listening to this and you don't know what's going on visually, too bad, baby. No, sorry. Just go back to our Facebook and anywhere else we might have this streaming. I don't know where we're able to post it because it's our first time doing it. So I don't know if we can put this as a reel. Can we put this as a reel? Is this too long for a reel?
I could download it. No, the entire thing can't be a reel.
But it could be multiple reels.
Possibly.
Well, it'll show up on the last night's is still there. So
no, I mean like as an actual, not our like story, but like
if we push it to like Insta or like to Instagram or something like that.
Yeah. Clark, when we want your input for social media, we'll ask you.
Oh, okay.
Great. All right. Well, Old Irving, Lucky Linny was delicious. Guinness, your Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels, was also very delicious. And Tony, I love you. Brandon, I love you. Clark,
Brandon, I love you too.
I love you.
I love you guys.
Why do you have to make it creepy?
He's drink in my throat.
He's drunk.
I'll got the drink in my throat. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching and listening.
Bye, guys. Cheers.
We'll see you next time. Cinco de Mayo,
Happy
baby. Tequila cupcakes. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us on social media platforms individually. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, on Untapped, BDub Drinks Beer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Asa Phelps Chicago, on Twitter, The Asa Phelps Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.